crazy thing about it. I say, yo, challenges that all content creators have to overcome. I don't care who you are. If you make content, you have had to deal with not one, not two, all five of these challenges that I'm about to tell you that content creators have to deal with every single day. What is going on, everybody? Austin's Lens. I'm back with another video. I know it's been a couple weeks. It's been a lot going on. You know what I mean? It's a lot to keep up with, but I'm doing the best I can to make sure I can remain consistent on this platform. Let's get right into it. Oh, that was beautiful. I don't know if y'all got that on camera. The birds was beautiful when they just came past here. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. Number one, developing the courage to start their journey. But what I have to say to that is, what is the alternative? I know we talk a lot about courage, right? It's like people say, how do I get the courage to jump out there and, put myself out there? How do I do this? How do I do that? It's very simple to me. The way I see it is, what is the alternative? The alternative is you remain scared forever and you never jump off the porch and put out that content that you have inside your heart. It's inside your heart for a reason. It's not meant to just sit there. Something that I think about all the time is how there's a famous quote that says I'm paraphrasing it, and I hate paraphrasing. If you know me, you know I hate paraphrasing. But it's pretty much along the lines of the fact that there are countless amazing $1 million ideas in the graveyard. Why? Because most people are too afraid to jump off the porch and just do the thing that they said they want to do. How do you like, what is the alternative? We're not on this earth to waste time. We're not on this earth to watch. I say this all the time too. Why would I want to watch other people live their dream when I'm living a nightmare? There's nothing fun about having no direction, having no goals, having no money, being broke, poverty. Anybody that's watching this, you've been in poverty before, you've been broke before, you know what it's like. That's not fun. Why would I want to live that nightmare and watch everybody else live their dreams? The people who had the courage to go out there and do what they were supposed to do. It's not about not being afraid. Y'all know that. It's not about not being afraid. It's about being afraid and going anyway. If you don't get started, imagine all the places that you'll never have an opportunity to make it to, just because you sat still. Nothing changes until something changes. Second one, figuring out your lane. Me personally, I can't speak for anybody else. I like to believe I'm talented in a lot of areas, respectfully. So figuring out what lane I wanted to be in was kind of a difficult task for me. But what I realized is, number one, I'll put it like this. You can't do everything. You can't do everything. Because the more things you do, all these avenues, you're going to confuse your audience, and your audience will never have a real chance at finding you, because the algorithm has no idea what you're about. So that's number one. But number two, what I realized about content is that you can overlap several different things into one niche, into one area, and make it your content. Y'all ever seen a Venn diagram? It's a circle and it's an overlap. This right here, that's where you want to be. If you have two different things that you're good at, if you can make them overlap, or three different things, if you can make them overlap, that can be your content. And that's how you get into the pockets of content that's creative and things that people have never seen before. That's how you get to be super unique, because everybody can make, gym content. Everybody can make cooking content. But if you are a chef who's also into fitness, who's also into video games, I don't know, you can gamify your fitness, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you can find a way to make all these things overlap and have your own lane, and a lane where there are so many other people doing the same thing. You can do the same thing, but in your own way. The third one is how to be consistent in posting your content. Now, I hear this all the time. It's one of the most popular questions that I get. How do you stay consistent? People ask me that all the time. And really what it boils down to If you don't know where you're going, how you gonna get there? Nobody has GPS on their phone and can get to where they're going without putting in that destination. And it's not even that you have to have it all figured out. You just need to have somewhat of a plan, somewhat of a direction, and you can just start moving. You just take that first step, you do something. Oh, that didn't work, I'm gonna do this. Okay, that worked, I'm gonna do this. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Oh, that worked. And you just kind of find your way, and before you know it, you've made your way to, in that direction of where you want to be. You just need a good idea of where you're going, so that you all you need is enough to make that first step. If you can't make that first step, then you're not going nowhere. But if you have enough to make that first step, then that's really all you need to get started. Once you get that first step going, then that second step will be revealed to you along the way. You don't have to be like, okay, let me get the whole plan, and then you see the whole path, you can see the finish line. That's rarely how it ever goes. Typically, all you see is, okay, that's what I need to do right now. And then maybe after that, I think I can see what's next, but not too sure. You don't really know until you kind of get there, get closer to it. The beautiful thing about it too, though, is the more you produce, the more volume you put into that marketplace of what you're putting out, the more your audience will let you know what they like from you. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be driven by what your audience is saying they like, and now you're selling your soul for the sake of views and numbers. That's not what we're talking about. What we are talking about, though, is you on that path, on that general path, trajectory of what you think you want to do. You keep doing that, and then you'll start to see responses to your content. Oh, they like this. Oh, this one did way better. This video got 10,000 views, and all my other videos got 1,000. So what was it about this video? You analyze the content. You're able to see what factors about this video was so special. Why did it do what it did? And you can kind of replicate that and do more of that in your content. And then you have to plan content days. I think a lot of people think, oh, you're being so consistent, bro. That's crazy. It's like, yeah, I'm posting consistently, but that doesn't mean that every single day I'm going out with my camera recording a new video every single day. Now, I did do that for my 31 Days of Discipline challenge. I'll post that, but that's different. That was me doing something literally every day. But if you're trying to post your content every single day, that's a little bit different, because you can set out a whole day. Let's say you pick a Tuesday. You go outside, you start recording at 10 a.m. You can film until 5 p.m., 7 hours of just straight recording. And then on Wednesday, you can edit all of that stuff, and then you can schedule it or post it individually on what days you want to post it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be outside every day creating the content. You can create content one day a week and spread it out throughout the whole week or throughout the whole month. It doesn't have to be every day I got to go out with my camera. That's not what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people are figuring out what the plan is. They structure that out, and then they go complete that, and then you edit so that you can put it out later. The fourth challenge, failing publicly. That's crazy. Like, if you think about it, normal people don't have to fail publicly. Like, that's you gotta lead. Normally, that's what we seen celebrities have to go through, being in the public eye, and everybody knows everything about what they done wrong, and this failed, and now everyone knows you failed. That's new, because in this generation, it's more and more people. The internet has given the average person the ability to have millions of eyes on them if you post something and go viral. We're not used to that. That's new. That's relatively new. So we have to, as content creators, we have to be okay with failing publicly. Just because you fail publicly don't mean you're a failure. All it means is that you tried something and it didn't work. And it's like, okay, now what? I always say slow motion is better than no motion. Most people, if you think about it, they're not doing anything at all. And then those same people have the nerve to judge you for what you're doing when you fail. You know what I mean? Most people are not doing nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. It's better for you to do something and to move slowly than to stand still. I was just talking about that like yesterday. Don't stand still. Keep moving always. And last but not least, the fear of negative comments from strangers. Complete strangers. Look, bro. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I'm scared of y'all. I'm scared of y'all. If anybody with a social media account go online, they can vouch. You scroll through any viral video, look through those comments. It doesn't matter how positive that video is, you're gonna find some people who hate themselves. in the comments trying to spread hate to everybody else. Strangers, you don't know these people from Adam. They will spread hate all over your campaign, all over everything you got going on, just because they literally hate themselves. That's new. Again, like, that's new. We was not dealing with that growing up. For like, okay, I'll say my generation, we started dealing with that, you know, when we became teenagers. But earlier on, like, that's new. That's relatively new. Complete strangers have access to you and your life and can spread hate all over that thing. That's terrible. These people are crazy. You cannot allow the opinions and the words of complete strangers who mean absolutely nothing, and people who are, I think you're insane. These people are literally insane. That's one of the biggest things, and I deal with it personally too. I know deep down, I'm aware that you got to be polarizing online and make people feel things. You know, you want them to feel good, and you want them to feel both ends of the spectrum, so you can go viral and all this. But I have a hard time with the idea that people can just hate all over what I got going on. Like, in my real day-to-day life, I don't have to deal with disrespect from people. So when I post something and strangers are talking crazy to me, I'm like, what are you talking about? It's easy to get swept up in that. Don't get swept up, bro. Keep posting, keep tunnel vision. And really, if you need to, just don't read the comments. Don't read the comments. I would advise you to post your content and go. Because if you get to reading them comments and you get too soaked up in all of that, now you realize now what you're doing it for changes, and you start doing it for the wrong things. Your mental health is affected. It's terrible. It's bad. So yeah, guys, like I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, just having a conversation about social media is what led me to even making this video. Developing the courage to start the journey. What is the other alternative? Figuring out your lane. Find out something that you're good at, and if you're good at several things, find a way to overlap all of those things into one. Figuring out how to be consistent. Get some sort of vision so you can get started, and plan out the rest so you can maximize your success. Failing publicly, it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen. So just stay focused on the mission. And number 5, dealing with the negative comments from strangers, bro. Block out the noise. I'm talking about, do what you gotta do to protect yourself. Don't sit here worried about what these idiots think. Don't do it. Just focus on what you got going on with the people you're trying to reach, and everything else doesn't matter. My name is AUSTINSLENS. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one.